Donald Trump had his big expose, his big bombshell that was going to shake up the race, which it did not shake it up at all. And
was this bigger than his bombshell at the Republican National Convention?
Yeah, by the way, did he even show up?
I don't think so.
He did something.
He was supposed to do something, but then it was so stupid that maybe he didn't even do it. That's how lame Donald Trump is. Yeah. Like, we don't even remember what that, the big thing I'm going to do at the RNC, you're not going to believe it. No, I'm not even going to know it.
Like he said, I'm not speaking at the RNC because I got something bigger planned. That was what it was.
Cocaine party,
Probably
I
just
guess.
made it up. I don't know. Yeah.
But in any event, Michelle Malkin called out Trump for basically it was a bust. He didn't really have anything. And she, for once, got it right and said that it was a big bust. And now that has started an epic Twitter war between the two of them. So we've got some very interesting tweets. I love when these conservatives fight. And so let's go to that. In response to the saying that it was a bust, Donald Trump tweets out, "How does Michelle Malkin get a conservative platform? She is a dummy. Just look at her past." Tearing her apart.
Yeah, you got her, Donald. Anytime someone calls someone else a dummy, it doesn't really prove their
Trump,
intelligence as much as I think they think it does.
He's a grown fucking man.
Yeah, how do you call someone a dummy?
Dummy. Who uses the word dummy? You're such a dummy.
But that's the whole thing with Trump. He's a child.
He's a child. That's exactly right. And we saw exactly the same thing.
Let's give him some credit. He restrained himself from dropping the C word on her. So he stuck with dummy. So she responds. And
At least that's a grown-up thing to say.
I guess. She has a couple of tweets, actually, that she responds with. And she actually does do some damage to him, I think. She says, "Here's real Donald Trump's past and present. Eminent domain abuser and big government property redistributionist." Which, if you're a conservative, some fighting words.
Yeah, except, of course, when they're doing eminent domain
to
help their corporate friends. But nonetheless.
We also have spread the word. Donald Trump is a phony. You are not on our side. And so she's calling him out as not a real conservative. She goes on again.
Why is "our" in quotes?
Yeah.
Put that tweet back up.
I guess to say that he's not in it.
And I think it's capitalized.
You're not.
No, not capitalized. But they're all kids. Like, you don't have to
capitalize. But you're not on our side, but that means it's not our side.
Yeah, why is there ironic quotes around
I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
Turns out she's a dummy.
Yeah.
Trump was right after him.
She continues with, there are people who defend/espouse conservatism on TV, and there are people who play conservatives on TV. You can tell the difference.
That's a good tweet. That's a solid tweet. I give her an A for that tweet.
Look, she hasn't even tweeted once about his 4 bankruptcies. That's the direction I would have gone.
Yeah,
Mr. Businessman, tell me how a bankruptcy works. I'm not even. Come on. Anyway, nonetheless, here's a very rare case where we're on Michelle Malkin's side. She's right about a couple of things. First of all, Trump's a kid and he's looking for attention. Everybody knows this. And second of all, he's not really a conservative. It depends on what day he wakes up and where he thinks he can get more microphones. So, if he needs to be, he's weirdly liberal on some issues to the point you're like, what? Did you just say that? Like, I don't even believe that. That's like, you're way out there. Because he doesn't know what the hell he's saying.
Yeah, he's not a smart guy.
Yeah.
You just hear him talk. He's not
Ironically, he's a dummy.
He's a dummy.
Yeah, but one thing he's figured out, and that goes to show you, and I'm obsessed with the
I'm worth $1 billion. You don't think I'm smart? I'm worth $1 billion.
Yeah. But that's what he's figured out, though, and that's why I'm a little obsessed with the fact that you could be with Trump, because he's such a fascinating character in that you could be so stupid about everything else, but if you just play one thing right, you could make a lot of money in this country.
And you start with a huge advantage.
Yeah, now he did, and his dad, I think, was worth either 40 or 400 million or something along those lines, and et cetera, et cetera. But no, but it's not that. It's not how well he did in real estate. It's not the advantage he had there. It's not the money, because he sucked at real estate. That's why he went to 4 different bankruptcies. His companies did, right? No, he figured out marketing. He figured out it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter how stupid it is. It doesn't matter who I piss off. It doesn't matter if they're conservatives, liberals, celebrities, politicians. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is people repeat the words Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And the more they repeat it on air, the more my name is going to be worth. And he is fundamentally right about that. Do you know that he gets around? And look, all the different markets are different, so it depends on the city that he's doing this, et cetera, the building, et cetera. But in the neighborhood of $20 million to put his name on a building. Yeah. He doesn't actually run the buildings. He doesn't own the buildings. It's just a marketing thing. So some guy who's going to do a building, he says, all right, I want to call it the Trump, castle, whatever, right? And he's like, all right, give me $20 million and you can do it, right? And so on that, he's been unfortunately brilliant.
No question, but you don't need to be, right, we know to sort of succeed in marketing yourself and making yourself known,
Look at Snooki.
Right, you don't need to be smart.
And by the way, this is how he does it, which is that he picks fights because that gets more attention.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he does the Rosie O'Donnell fights. That's why he's gone after Obama. That's why he's picking a fight with Michelle Malkin.